Hey yogis. So we're going to move into Sun Salutation B. Welcome to day 10. It's fabulous. Okay, let's get it. So Sun Salutation B is just a little bit different than Sun Salutation A. There's still a lot going on. But again, this is just introductory. And as I mentioned in Sun Salutation A, I'm not going to use all the Sanskrit terms for the poses. That can come later. This is really introductory, and I just want to get you into the movement, the flow, kind of introduce you to that. So Sun Salutation B, we are going to start at the tops of our mats, and we're going to have our big toes touching with our heels kind of flared out. So kind of like that shape, an upside down V. And what you're going to do, so if you have knee issues or any kind of knee pain, you're probably not going to be able to squat that low. But what it is you're going to come down and touch your fingertips as low as you can. You're squatting and bring your arms up. This is chair pose. Okay, so we start in chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant our hands. Step or hop back, shift forward, lower down, come up to upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Here, we're going to step our right foot to the front of the mat, left foot at a 45-degree angle. We've been here before in Warrior One. Hands down, only this time, step back, shift forward, lower down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Now we're going to step our left foot to the front of the mat, right foot at a 45-degree angle, Warrior One, hands down, step back, shift forward. At this point, you could come to your knees if you wanted to lower down, come up, downward facing dog, step to the front of the mat, halfway lift, lower, chair pose, stand up, and finish. Wow. Yeah, Sun Salutation B is a little bit of a beast. So we are going to run through it together again, and maybe one more time after that. We'll see how you're feeling. At any time, you can just watch. At any time, instead of doing the chaturanga, or what is like, it's not a push-up because you're just lowering down with control and then coming up into upward facing dog or cobra, which is a little bit lower. You could just step back to downward facing dog. Okay, so top of the mat, front toes touching. Let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose, out through the mouth, just to get centered. And then we're going to reach down and brush our fingertips on the sides of the mat. Come up into chair pose. Your weight should be in your heels, okay? Forward fold, halfway lift, hands touch the mat, step or hop back, shift forward, lower down. And look at my feet in the back. They're flat on top. Baby cobra, or upward facing dog, downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to put my right foot forward between my hands this time. Left foot, 45-degree angle. Warrior One. And if you can't bend that deeply, that's fine. I have a knee issue in my right knee as well, so just what you can do. Hands come down. Step back, shift forward, lower down, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Shift back, left foot up, right foot at a 45-degree angle. Warrior one. Hands come down. Lower. Up. And then from here, we're going to step or hop to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Lower. Chair pose. Ta-da! So that is Sun Salutation B. Who wants to do it one more time on their own, at your own pace? No? Okay. We'll go through it one more time together. These are sometimes incorporated with Sun Salutation A. So I've seen it where you go from A right into B, or you might do 3 rounds of A followed by 3 rounds of B. Sometimes B is a workout all in itself because there's so many other things we can do with it. Twisting from chair pose and all that stuff. Chair pose is my nemesis, but it's probably one of the poses that I need the most, right? So we're going to flow through this one more time together, and then you can come back and watch the video as much as you want and practice it. Big toes together, heels apart, touch the mat, chair pose, forward fold, halfway lift, hands lower, step or hop back, shift forward, lower, baby cobra, downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to put my left foot forward, right foot back, warrior one, hands come down, shift forward, lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right foot forward, left foot, 45-degree angle, I'm surfing, warrior one, hands come down, shift forward, lower, up, downward facing dog, step or hop to the front of the mat, halfway lift, lower, toes together, hands touch, chair pose, and hands heart center. From here, we're just going to come on down. Woo! We're going to do some recline twists. Lower down onto your back. Straighten out that left leg. Bring that right knee in. Cross it over. You can stretch your right leg out. Try to keep your right shoulder grounded. I'm just going to breathe here for a minute. Okay. Go ahead, bring that right knee back in. Stretch it out. Bring your left knee into your chest. Cross it over. I don't have room to stretch it out over here. Oh, I can under my couch maybe. Left shoulder stays on the ground. I'm just breathing. And from here, roll over, left knee in, straighten both legs, and then we're going to come into happy baby, just to get into those hip flexors. And remember, it might take a while for this to be an enjoyable pose for you because the hip flexors are really overworked, underappreciated, and very tight all the time. Now we're gonna bring our knees together. We're gonna just squeeze our knees to our chest and come up into a little ball. Release everything into Shavasana. Our final resting pose. And just take in everything about Sun Salutation B. Just a little introductory flow. Come back later and really work through it, the ins and outs of each pose. Hopefully you're feeling energized. I'm going to slowly roll to one side. Come up to a seated position. Hands at your heart center. Nice deep breath in. Put out. Namaste, yogis. Day 10. Have a great day.